Okay, so it's back in character again, hopefully, for final driving to airport. Back in this nice big car, much nicer than normal taxi. And I'm sitting on the left side to get a better view of the city and everything. So, oh, nice sporty car. What I want to say, yes, in the morning I've managed to walk just a 6.7, so it's not bad. It really means that it's inevitable to make 7.7. That's my target for a walking friendly weather day. And today was like +4, +5 and fairly dry, just spotty of rain here and there, so perfect really for walking. No problem to handle such temperatures at my size. Problem is starting when they're getting warmer or much colder, but plus anything is okay. Up to about +18, then it starts to get too warm. Anyway, Russians say no such thing as bad weather, only bad dress. You can always dress for colder weather, but you can't take off your skin when it gets too hot. So, to a degree, it is understandable to say this, but to a degree also not. If you're too fat, then that's the problem, to be too hot. When I got pneumonia, it wasn't in winter, it was in the middle of summer because it was too hot. And in hospital, with pneumonia, sitting there, waiting, will it get below 30 degrees? And even sometime creeping up to 40 was unbearable, absolutely unbearable. Couldn't take it. So, today was 6.7. As you see, 6.7, you can hopefully see it. Yesterday, 9.4, and 8.7 the day before that, so you can add them together. 6.7, 8.7, that comes to 15.4, right? And then 9 point, what did I say? 9.4 is 15.8 plus 9, 24.8. So you're taking off the 2 at the beginning to make the 20. I already gone 2 over my hop to do, so it was a success from point of view of walking, and already still I have the chance to walk maybe a couple of kilometers through the airport systems, even without really going much out of the way, because usually it's more than a kilometer of walking to take international flight, even if you don't try to walk extra. Just do what you're told. You will already walk probably more, in most cases more than a kilometer. So would be 1.5, sometime even 2. Depends what gate you get. So it's from point of view of walking very good, I think. Good chance to utilize the relative warmth. Oh, nice architecture. Don't agree with the doctrines, but certainly agree with the architecture in the mosques. Nice, very nice. Probably a little bit wobbly because of motion of car, but very nice. So far it's very good, if you like, good running without any queue. Just hope it stays that way. Obviously Saturday shouldn't be as bad as a rush hour, as on a working day at the end of the day. That coming Thursday evening, you can easily understand that it would be worse traffic. But they told me to take an hour to leave, 1 hour. yesterday on Friday night, um, they tell from Maslak to go to airport to leave 2 hours, and certainly that was, if anything, was to go by the experience of coming in on Thursday night. I can easily understand why they're leaving big room like that, but I think even to leave 1 hour today was safe. I hope was safe. But I got an hour of reserve to go to airport, and from there 2 hours from arrival time to flight time, what usually has in itself also usually too big. But I am fortunate enough, because of enough flyings with lot now, not just Czechy Airlines, where I already had a frequent traveler card. Now I got it for Polish Airlines, and I of course took then Polish Airlines to come here. So if I even have 2 hours to sit, it will be 2 hours to sit in the lounge and to have like a coffees and teas for free, and to sit and go on Wi-Fi's, or to do gold list. Hopefully I will have a discipline and to do it. Already did, I think today was already 75 words, so that wasn't bad even at breakfast time, downstairs in the breakfast. So to do more in the airport will be good too. Maybe it's even going to be a nice day for both walking and also gold listing, because you know, to get a 7.7 on the gold list and 200 and 7.7 kilometers, like a kind of level of, yes, if you have a day when you can give yourself to it, 7.7 is a good try. I will say that the equivalent for gold list is something like maybe 150, 175, that set you up for a few days really. If you have a target of 50 an average word line of gold list per day, that translates into 18,000 per year. And if you if you can, that's right, isn't it? 50 times 360 is about 18, so it's 18,000 per year. If you consider you have an average of 3 to learning, three appearances in gold list in order to have the word already distilled off, is the average. That means that it is like learning 6,000 words of the languages, whatever it might be, a mix of many or just into one. 6,000, that is really like an extra language to a good degree of proficiency, reading easily literature and everything. And that's per 2 years. Yes, or a number of languages maturing at a slower rate, but getting there inevitably anyway. Depend on how much how you like to vary it. Lots at once. Either way, when you got a gold list system, you can monitor what you do and make sure you are on track, and it works. So, if you say 50 a day, then obviously there will be some days when you cannot do, and it doesn't matter. But then on the other day, to make it up, you might do 3 days portion. Why not? You can, as long as you keep to the breaks, and as long as you don't get bored with it, because you don't learn well if you're getting bored with it. If you're liking it, enjoying it, then do even more. I don't really go myself over 300 per day, much, very often. Sometimes yes, and sometimes over the course of weekend I'm getting up to 500, but it's not a common, it's rare. So, but if you want to do, you can do it. You can do it. And if you do just this, at every weekend you do like 500 over the course of weekend, or including maybe Friday night and the overspill on Monday if you didn't do the 500, but you make that your kind of level, well, clearly this will be something like getting up to learning from nothing at all to 10,000 word knowledge, one language per year, if you can do this, which should be motivation enough to do. But don't forget, to do this 500 word weekend, you got to have, you're dividing it by 25, so that's 20, isn't it? That's 20 cycles of a 20-minute work and a 10-minute break. So minimum, even if you don't take longer breaks, if you just sit at it, and you're giving you need 20 cycles, so it's 10 hours of work on average, 5 hours per day. So that's like 2 full days of work, where the main thing you will do is the gold listing. The main piece of use of your consciousness, your conscious time will be sitting to do it. So of course, if you are interested in the language, should not be a problem, and will get you there quicker than any other method with no wastage of time, or of course there's always some waste, but like minimum waste of time. I don't see any other method, including things like Enkis or super memos, readthekanji.com or other methods. They are spaced repetition, but they don't take away the card until you've already overlearned it. Not the case with the gold list method. You rely on what is known by scientists, starting with Ebbinghaus, what is known by him about memories and the long-term memory. The stuff, in fact, on which SuperMemo and Anki are based, but you take it to a more logical conclusion in the way of studying. Yes, in the Benkyo no Shikata. It's more consequent, and you're cutting the fat off, which is what I like to do to myself, but I don't want to surgerify myself, so I'm doing it by walking instead. So there you are. Nice color, like a khaki car. You could have, of course, khaki car keys. If you have the tab on the key, make it like a khaki color, you could have a khaki car key. Interesting. I'm not sure this doesn't look too similar to the way we came. But of course, what was when I came was night, and now it's not night. But can tell anyway by if I'm switching on the if I'm switching on, this look like the Valley of Helage.